Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to teach you about the new chapter, that is electrostatics. So this is the first chapter of your second year syllabus. So in NCERT chapter it has given it as electric charges and field. Here in this chapter we are going to study about the charges, what are the properties it is exhibiting, all those properties we are going to study in this chapter. So first we will take electromagnetism. So it is one branch of physics in which we are going to study about the charges. So again this electromagnetism has been divided into two branches. One is the electrostatics. And another one is the electrodynamics. In two branches it has been divided. Why it has been divided in two branches means the charge when it is at rest. The charge when it is at rest, it is exhibiting some different properties. Again when the same charge, if it is in motion, it will exhibit some different properties. So for that reason we will study that charge in two branches. One is electrostatics and another one is the electrodynamics. So in this branch, what we are going to deal means when the charge is at rest, what are the properties it is exhibiting, what are the properties it is showing, what are its what are its properties when the charge is at rest, what it can do, all those things we will study in this topic, that is electrostatics. When the same charge, if it is in motion, at that time what are the properties it is exhibiting, all those things we will study in the electrodynamics. Means when the charge, suppose you consider this is a charge, suppose if this charge is at rest, then what happens means it will create only electric field. But if the same charge, if it is in motion, it will create electric field as well as magnetic field. When the charge is moving with constant velocity, it will create two things. One is the electric field, another one is the magnetic field. But if the same charge, if its acceleration is changing, means if its speed, if its velocity is changing, then what happens means it will create electromagnetic waves, and that waves will call it as the radiation, what we are studying in light. So all these thing has been studied, means when the charge is in motion, what are the properties it is showing, what it is exhibiting, all those things we will study in the electrodynamics topic. So first in electrostatics we are going to deal with charge. What is charge, what is its properties, all those things we will study. Next, electric field, how it will create electric field, how charges can create electric field, that we will study. Next we will study about potential. Potential means energy. Next, after that we are going to deal with capacitors, energy storing devices, that is capacitors. All these topics we will cover in electrostatics. In electrodynamics we are going to deal with magnetism, electromagnetism. In this we are going to study about magnetic field, electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic induction, and alternating current. All these topics we will cover in the electrodynamics chapter. After completing this chapter we will go for this chapter. Means first we will study when the charge is at rest, after that we will go for when charge is in motion. So first we will start with this topic, charge. So what is charge? Charge means what? Charge means it is one of the property of the matter. In our nature, everything is made up of only matter and radiation. Anything if it is existing in nature means it is either matter or radiation. Detail about this thing we will study in the dual nature of matter. So now we are going to deal with charge. Charge means it is a property of the matter, intrinsic property of the matter. For example, mass. What is mass means? Mass is one intrinsic property of matter. It is an inbuilt property. It has an inherent property. It is present with that object only. If this is an object, it is having charge, it is having mass. So mass and charge both are the intrinsic property of any matter. So that is the charge. So next, after that, in physics, to represent this charge we will use the symbol Q. Symbol for charge. Symbol for charge is q. Next after that is its SI unit. In our physics, what we will do, if we are having any physical quantity means we will represent it with its physical SI unit. So here for charge we will use the SI unit coulomb. So coulomb is the SI unit of the charge. And next charge is a scalar quantity. Charge is a what type of quantity? Scalar quantity, means it will not change with respect to direction. It is not having particular direction, so it is a scalar quantity. All those things you have to remember about this charge. So this is about the charge. Next, in our first year classes already we have studied about the gravitational field, no? So that gravitational field is created by what? Mass. Because of mass only it is having the gravitational force, it is creating gravitational field. All those things you have studied. So here for electric field, who is responsible means charge. For gravitational field, who is responsible? Mass. Here for electric field, charge is responsible. And here in first year classes you have already studied about formula to how to calculate the gravitational field. Here also we are having formula to calculate the electric field, and both formulas are similar nature, means both will follows inverse square law. So now we will go to study what are the similarities in mass and charge and what are the differences in mass and charge. So now mass is also an intrinsic property and charge is also an intrinsic property. Here we will study charge and here we will study mass. So charge may be positive or it may be negative. In charge we are having two types. Charges we are having two types. One is the positive charge, another one is the negative charge. So we can write charge as plus q charge or minus q charge. But mass cannot exist in negative. So it is having only positive value. Mass is present in only positive form. Minus 5 kg we can't write. Only we will write 5 kg, means mass always exists in positive. But charge is having positive as well as negative. So next after that, charge is also a scalar. Charge is scalar. Mass is also scalar. Mass is also a scalar quantity. It will not change. Next after that, charge is invariant. Charge is invariant means it will not change with respect to speed or velocity. Charge is invariant. Mass is variant. Mass is variant dependent on the velocity of the body. So we are having the formula m is equals to, I'll write here, whenever charge is moving with high speed, then what happens means its velocity will not change, its value will not change. If suppose if before moving its velocity is it is having some velocity, but after changing, means when the charge is moving, then also its velocity will be constant, means its value, whatever the value is present with this charge, it will not change with respect to velocity, but mass will change. According to this formula, m is equals to m naught divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. M is equals to m naught square root of 1 minus v square by c square. According to this value, according to this formula, mass is dependent on which property? Velocity. Means if this is an object, if it is moving with high speed, at how much speed means relative to the velocity of the light. Light is traveling with how much speed? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. If the particle is traveling with that much speed, then what happens means its mass will be changing. Its mass will increase whenever the object is in motion as compared to mass when it is at rest. So by this we can conclude that mass is dependent on the velocity, but charge is invariant. Charge will not change when the particle's velocity is changing. But this formula, this value we cannot experience in our daily activities because our velocity is very less as compared to velocity of the light. Suppose if the vehicle is moving at 40 km per hour 40 kilometer per hour, and the light is traveling at how much speed? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So there is a lot of difference in the velocities. It is traveling at a very high speed, very high velocity, but in our daily activities our objects will be traveling at a very less speed. So this value will almost becomes 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Anything divided by 1 is 1. So m value is equals to m naught. Here m is the mass of object, m naught is the mass of the rest mass. M naught will call it as the rest mass. Means this velocity, these two will always becomes nearly equal, means almost it is equal only in our daily activities. But when we are talking about the electrons whose charge is very high and it is speed also very high, all the electrons charges are moving at a speed relative to the velocity of the light. In that case we can feel this experience, means mass is changing. This feeling we will experience at the quantum level. In quantum level, particles are very small that we can't see with our eyes. That particles are moving at a very high speed. When those particles are moving at a very high speed, in that case we can feel the experience of change in mass. But in our daily activities it is not present. So this is about the difference. Charge is invariant, mass is variant. Because of mass, which field is created? Gravitational field. Because of charge, which field is created? Electric field. Here electric field, whatever the force is experiencing, electric force, it is positive, means it is repulsive as well as it is attractive. But here gravitational field will create a force which is having only attractive nature, means gravitational force is having only attractive nature. Electrostatic force is having both attractive as well as repulsive. That we will study in the next topic. So now we will talk about the properties of the charge. Now we will talk about the properties of the charge. Charge is a conserved quantity. Charge is what? Charge is conserved. Means charge cannot be created nor be destroyed, but can be transferred from one body to another body. Means charges we can transfer from one body to another body. We are having different methods to transfer. All those we will study. But charge is what? Charge is a conserved quantity. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can only be transferred. In an isolated system, the total number of charges remains always constant. Suppose some body is having charges 10 coulomb. So after doing disturbance to that object, if the boundary, if the outer most area is isolated, means insulated, then what happens means how much number of charges are present inside that body will always remains constant. There will number of charges will not change. So that is what charge is conserved. Charge of an isolated system always remains constant. So this is about the conservation of the charge. Means suppose if this is the body and it is having 3 microcoulomb, 1 microcoulomb and 2 microcoulomb. These are the charges. 3 plus 2 and 2 plus 1. 3 2 is 5, 5 1 is 6. So here total number of charges is 6. After disturbance, you do the box like this. After disturbance, then what happens means, again when you see, charges will be transferred. This charge will go here, this charge will go here. So like that it will transfer. But if you add the total number of charges, then its value will be same. Here all charges if you add, then it will be minus 6 microcoulomb. So here 3 microcoulomb minus 2 microcoulomb, and it is 5 microcoulomb. 3 minus 2 is how much? 1. 1 plus 5 is again 6. So here also its value is 6 microcoulomb. This value is also 6 microcoulomb. So this number of charges will be always remains constant in an isolated system. Suppose if this boundary is insulated, means charges will not enter from outside to inside and from inside to outside. The charges will not be transferred. It will be transferred only inside. Then the number of charges will be remains constant. So this is called as the conservation of the charge. charges are conserved only in the isolated system. So next, after that, we will study about the quantization of charge. What is quantization of charge? What is the meaning of quantization? Quantization of charge. Quantization of charge means anything which any object which gets in a packet form, means in one complete pattern, one complete form we will get, that we will call it as the quantization. For example, if when you want to purchase pen, then they will give you 1 pen, 2 pen, 3 pen, n pen they can give, but they cannot give half pen. Half pen is no use, no, half pen we cannot give. So like that here also charges, we if suppose if this is 1 charge, 2 second charge, third charge, 4 charge and 5 charge, if these charges are present in one body, if we want to transfer charges from one body to another body, means this complete one charge will be transferred, means this complete one charge will be transferred, this one complete charge will be transferred. Half part of the charge means we cannot cut the charge, means we cannot cut the charge in half part or the 1/4 part, like that we cannot cut the charge. Charge is the smallest thing of the object, means it is the smallest unit, so that cannot be divided into parts, means half charge will transfer half charge in this body, so like that it is not possible, means always it is transferred in the integral multiple, means 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, like that we can transfer, but 1/2 electron or 3/4 electron, so like this type electrons, or 2.7 electron, so like this type of electrons are not transferred, only this type of electrons are transferred, means integral value, integer value we can transfer, but this fraction values we cannot transfer. Biscuit, for example, biscuit, if we want to share, we can share half also, no, so like that here it is not possible, means we cannot cut the charge, whole complete charge we have to transfer, or else whole complete charge we have to accept. So this is the property of the charge. Charge is quantized, integral multiple of the charges, means charges cannot be divided, it always exists in a packet of energy, means packet form, it cannot be divided. So this is called as the quantization of charge. So next, after that, what is the value of charge? What is the smallest unit of charge? Means charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So this is the value of the charge. So this value of charge we can transfer. Next, after that, in our nature we found that 2e/3 electron, this type of electrons also we are existing. This type of electrons we will call it as the quarks or the antiquarks. Quarks, antiquarks, all these are very smaller than electron, but this electron is independent, smallest independent charge, but these are not independent, they always form in the combination, always these get in the combination, quarks, antiquarks, always these are in combination, we cannot get a single quark, always it is associated with the antiquark. So these values we cannot consider. Means smallest independent charge is how much? E is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Smaller than this we cannot get. So this is about the charge value, charge of an electron. This is the value of charge of electron. So charge of proton is also same. Here it is negative, in proton it is taken as positive, but the charge is always same. So next, after that we will study about methods of charging a body. We are having 3 methods of charging a body. Means whenever we want to charge any body, we are having 3 methods. So first method is the charging by conduction, charging by friction and charging by induction. 3 methods